Hey everyone, this is Jessica from the Coors Wellness Center, and I have your stretch break of the week. We have a mobility flow today, focusing on the hips and the back of the legs, the hamstrings. All right, let's go ahead and get started. You're gonna follow along with me on your mats. Let's start by reaching up overhead, big reach up, and then arms down to the side, swan dive to a forward fold. You're just gonna walk it out a little bit, shake your legs out. Big bend in the knee if you need them. Don't feel like you have to have flat legs for this. Just try and reach towards the ground, keep your back nice and flat. You might have to bend your knees to do that. Come to some stillness. We're gonna pick up our right leg and tuck it back behind our left. Arms up overhead, inhale. Exhale, reach back down, forward fold. So this is really stretching the IT band on our side of the leg that's wrapped back behind our right leg. Big stretch throughout the back of the legs, the hamstrings as well. Inhale, back up, feet together. Left behind right. Inhale. Exhale, reach down. Again, slight bend in the knees. Try and keep your back nice and flat. You can walk your hands side to side if that feels good. Nice little stretch in our low backs as well. Beautiful. Inhale, back up. Feet back together. Inhale and exhale. Forward fold. This time plant your hands on the mat. Step back one leg, the other into a high plank pose, and then press your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Hands nice and wide, just like you're digging into some sand. Nice long line between your shoulder blades, your arms, and then up to your hips. From here, you can do the same thing you did in the forward fold and just walk out your legs. Stretching out one calf at a time. Feeling a big stretch in the back of the leg, the hamstrings. Back to stillness, lift up nice and high. Now lift up your right leg up to the sky, and you can even wrap it behind if that feels good for a nice little hip opener. You can make a nice little circle with your knee. And then back down, downward facing dog. On the other side, inhale your leg up and stretch it over. Roll out your ankle if you did last time. Roll out your knee. Or just hold it in stillness. This should feel good. Back to downward facing dog. Lift your right leg nice and high again. And this time thread it through to a low lunge. Drop your back knee and raise your arms nice and high. So let's stretch one arm over and rotate just slightly, look back. Big opener for the hip here on the left side. Hands back down, tuck the back toe, come up to stand and then lean back. This is called pyramid pose. So pyramid pose here, we're stretching both legs nice and straight. We're leaning over our front leg. You can have a nice tiny micro bend in your leading leg here. You should also feel a good stretch in your hips. Plant your hands, lean back into that low lunge, and downward facing dog, nice and high. Lift your left leg up, and then thread it through, low lunge. Back knee comes down, both arms extend up. Drop your left arm, reach overhead with your right, and start to turn back. Try and look towards your back toes just a little bit. Really opening the right side hip. Plant your hands on the outside of your foot. Tuck your back toe and straighten both legs. Your body, your chest should come over your thigh. Plant your hands, hinge forward, bend your front knee, step it back, downward facing dog. Back at home base here. Make it good, feel a big stretch. Lift your right leg once again. Roll forward to a pigeon pose. So set your knee right behind your wrist on the same side. And once you're here, it always feels good, or I think it feels good, to just rock side to side, massaging your hip bones. If you prefer to be nice and still, you can do that. If you prefer to come down on your forearms, you can also go there. Just holding it here for a few seconds. In this position, we're just going to sit back on our hip and bring our back leg forward. We call this a 90-90 hip sweep. So we're just going to bring our leg forward and wrap it back. We have 5 of these. This is 5, 4, 3, 2, and final one, up and back, and then up on your hands, roll back forward into a pigeon pose. Plant your hands strong, tuck the back toes, you know it, we're going back to home base, downward facing dog, lift up nice and high. I'll go on the other side, lift your left leg high, roll forward, pigeon pose on your left, knee comes right behind the wrist. And again, same thing you did last time, just taking a minute here. You can rock side to side, you can stay in complete stillness, or you can come down into your forearms. This is your stretch break for the week, so make it count. Wherever you're at, come to a nice towel pigeon here. And remember, we're going to lean on our hip and swing our leg forward for those 90-90 sweeps. So we touch it forward and back for 5. 3, 2, and 1. And now, instead of going back to the pigeon, we're just gonna bring both legs forward. Legs should be nice and long, and we're gonna roll it all the way down. Here in the supine, or just lying, that means face up. We're gonna cross one ankle over knee. You can hold it here for a figure 4 stretch, or if you want a little bit more of a deeper stretch in this figure 4, you can lift your back leg up, grab behind your thigh, your hamstrings, and you can even rock side to side in this figure 4. You never want to grab onto your shin or to your knee, always grab back behind to your hamstrings. I'm rocking side to side because I think that feels nice, but just remember to do whatever feels good for you. Relax down, arms out to the side, going into a figure 4 spine twist. So just twist everything to the side and hold it here. Big opener for the hips. Inhale back up to center, and let's switch sides. Going left ankle over right knee, figure 4 in a supine position. Stay here, or lift up and rock side to side, whatever feels good. And arms out to the side wherever you're at. Rotate your legs over, still holding it in that figure 4. And then look over to the opposite direction. Little figure 4, spine twist. Inhale back to center. Unravel your feet, give yourself a big hug, curl into a ball. Inhale, exhale, release it all down. And you can stay here for a minute or two, or you can slowly, gently roll back up and get on with your day. If you want a little bit more energy, you can add on to that, do a couple extra twists and hit a run. Whatever you need this week is for yours to take. Thanks everyone for joining me. Just a reminder that this is carried for BCWC members and for Molson Coors employees. Thank you.